What's up, Internet? Attack Slug back once again for my Let's Play WWE 2K15 Ebenezers Journey My Career mode. This is part 26. And you can see here I'm about 7.5 hours in, wearing my Rybaxel gimmick here. It is cold as hell out. And, well, isn't cold as hell a weird phrase? It should be hot as hell. Anyway, that is also a phrase. Yes, there is an incoming blizzard tonight on the Beast Coast. For those of you following along and watching this the day it goes up, not live, but if you're watching this when it goes up today, which is the 26th, you will know on the East Coast there is a blizzard happenings, and so I'm gonna actually record two today, one for today, one for tomorrow. So unfortunately, I won't be able to take any feedback from today's episode. But we are gonna fight Dean Ambrose, who should have done better, or won, the Royal Rumble last night, which was Sunday the 25th, and we can discuss that a bit more in depth because I'm not doing any kind of a Rumble reaction video, so any of my reactions will be in these videos, in my Let's Plays. So if you want to know what I think about what happened at the Rumble last night, it was bullshit. What a tone-deaf company who, the growing resentment towards Roman Reigns, and nothing against Reigns himself. It is just this resentment toward a company that is completely tone-deaf in how they handle who people actually like. I would have preferred anybody but Reigns to win that Rumble. If you still want to have the end of the road for Mania be Reigns versus Brock, that's fine. But don't have Reigns win the Rumble. Have it any other way. You've got a pay-per-view in between the Rumble and Mania. You could do all kinds of swerves and not have the entire crowd in Philly just booing the fuck out of Roman Reigns. Not even The Rock could get people to cheer for Roman Reigns. That's fucked up. That is some serious shit going down right there, when not even The Rock can save you. And for people who have the network, if you watch that post-show backstage interview with Reigns and The Rock, how fucking awkward was that? Holy shit. I felt bad for The Rock. He didn't know. He's not been paying attention to any kind of social media the past, 4 months, and goes, wait a minute, people don't like my cousin anymore? What the hell? Big fat flop. Because people were fine with Reigns before he got the hernia. He was doing alright, the matches weren't great, and then he comes back into a Big Show feud, which is going to be, a death knell for anybody coming back into a Big Show feud, because, it's the Big Show in 2015, but you would think in those months that he spent off, he would have spent some time honing his craft, more specifically, his promos. Now, obviously, you can't give him Paul Heyman as a mouthpiece, that would be ideal, but obviously, that's, unless you have Paul Heyman do a face turn, which is not believable at this point in the least, what are you going to do with it? You can't have Reigns for the next 2 months be talking for himself against Paul Heyman, one of the best in the business, bar none, when it comes to promos. You just can't. When you supposedly got Vince scripting Reigns' promos and they're fucking terrible, what are you doing? Well, they should have had Ambrose win last night. They should have had, if you want to get rid of Daniel Bryan, have him, make it until, the final 4 guys. Sure, the crowd's going to boo, but they're going to boo anyway. And the way they wanted it to happen is get Bryan out early and then have Reigns come in later and have the fans get behind him as the guy who's going to win because Bryan was gone. That's not how it works. You are underestimating the intelligence of the audience, especially in Philadelphia. Especially in Philadelphia. We're not just going to easily be swayed and forget. Listen to that initial pop for The Rock. That first, 20 seconds. And then they realize, oh, wait, Reigns still is going to win. And they turn on the whole thing. People aren't as dumb as you want to think they are, and especially wrestling fans in a wrestling city like Philly or Chicago or New York. It's just, we're not that dumb. And the people who are in the crowd paying $800 for a seat are people who are actually invested in wanting to see you put out a better product, not just, you know, the people, oh, I paid $20 and I'm going to see Raw. You know, that's not going to be the same crowd at a pay-per-view, and you should have expected that. And there's CM Punk, who thankfully got out of the company and said, fuck all this shit. Like, smart guy. So, we're going to hit one more event here because we're not done ranting and raving about the Royal Rumble last night. And Vicky still doesn't have a damn thing for me. And I guess we're going to fight R-Truth. And we're going to keep doing tune-ups because why would you do, like, why would you want more? Like, I have 140,000 VC. Like, I can buy more stuff, but what I want is more SP and more fans. Because the SP gets me more stats, and the fans get me more on the Raw, which is where you want to go to earn your title shot on Raw. And there's a nice German suplex. In other news, I did enjoy the triple threat, but it's one of those things where I knew as soon as Brock won that match, and nothing against Brock because I think he's fucking amazing, but as soon as Brock won that match, I knew that Reigns was going to win the Rumble. I was like, God, like, that's kind of, not that I want Cena to be a 16-time champion, because obviously, you know, Ric Flair is the man, and putting Cena on that level is kind of bullshit, but, you know, that's the business, is what it is. But when Brock retained the belt, I was like, fuck, Cena's gonna win, or Reigns is gonna win the Rumble, god damn it. Because that's the match that's been rumored for the past, I don't know, what, like 6 months? Like, that's where we're going for Mania. Like, here's the problem. The fuck was that, R-Truth? Here's the problem with your company, is that you're entirely too fucking predictable. And you're not listening to what people actually want. You know, you're not listening to the crowd. You're saying, this is what Vince wants. And what Vince wants, Vince gets because Vince runs the company. And that's unfortunate. But I did think that triple threat was the reason to watch that show. Because holy shit, those guys did some fucking amazing stuff in that match. But at the same time, I don't know. I kind of feel two ways about it. It's like you're kind of making your finishers look weak, like considering how many of them that, like those 3 AAs in a row from Cena, like you're making his finish look weak. But at the same time, you're making Brock Lesnar look like the last boss in a video game. Like, that shit was, how many fucking finishers did it need to take him out? It was goddamn ridiculous. So I kind of feel like, you know, on one hand, it's good to make Brock look strong, but then you realize they're making Brock look strong so that they can have Reigns beat him because Brock's not sticking around. So what's the point of making him look that strong when he's not going to stick around? He's going to go back to UFC or go back to Bellator or something. But as far as I've heard, as of today, has not re-signed any kind of a contract, so we're not going to see him past Mania, which is fine, because that gets the actual belt back on TV every week, which, you know, means that the briefcase will actually mean something, because right now that briefcase is fucking useless, because he's never on the show.
Here is your winner, the Crazy Criminal.
And the Crazy Criminal wins. So, I guess that's kind of my feelings on the show last night. The rest of the matches were kind of give or take. I will say, though, specifically, when you have The Miz and you have Mizdow, someone tell me, how do you not have a Royal Rumble spot where Miz gets eliminated and then Mizdow jumps over to imitate that and gets eliminated himself? How do you not? That is the most simple goddamn spot that they could have done, and there's no way that Miz and Mizdow will be around next year. That is such a missed opportunity of a funny comedy Rumble spot that they could have done, and they didn't do it. Like, they did a spot in the Rumble, but it wasn't that spot, and that spot seems like the obvious. That's the obvious way to go with it. And the one time you would think they'd be predictable, they were not predictable. So, I don't know. That's kind of my feelings on the Rumble. The rest of the show, kind of whatever. Just kind of those, the main event and the Rumble itself were the important parts of that show. The rest of it is crap. Like, what are they going to do with the New Day? Like, they're flops. But that's going to do it for episode 26 here, while it is still snowing out, and it is only going to get worse. I'm going to film episode 27 shortly, and hopefully, if the power's on, even if the power's not on tomorrow, I have my phone. As long as I'm getting a cell signal, episode 27 will go up tomorrow, regardless. So look forward to that. But until next time, or as always, I am Attack Slug. This has been my Let's Play WWE 2K15 Ebenezers Journey My Career Mode for the PS4. And I will see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.